the Washington football team. I get it. You don't want to change the name. I think I might be wrong. Maybe they just haven't found a name that they feel that great about yet. But it's coming. Yeah. I guess. I don't know what's going to happen actually with that. In other sporting news, I didn't see, maybe I missed it. I didn't see any NASCAR race this weekend. Maybe they had it on Friday though. Seen the truck race of NASCAR and a Infinity series. It used to be Busch Series. Now they call it Infinity. I don't know what happened to Busch beer, because it's not like the beer companies ran out of money. But I hadn't seen a Cup Series race this weekend, so I don't know if they took the week off for the Cup Series. They do that sometimes. They don't race every weekend. This is why I need a producer for the show. I got to look everything up myself. Some of this stuff I forget to look up, but I still got to mention it. Because I've been tracking the sports and who's playing and who's not and where they are with coming back since the coronavirus. And baseball is back. They're playing baseball now. I've watched a few of the games. I didn't watch the whole game. I couldn't watch the whole game, but I watched 10, 20 minutes of a game to see how it looks. And it does look weird whenever they but whenever they take the camera and the empty seats are in the background of the game, it does look weird. Never seen that many empty seats of a professional baseball game. People usually like to go to baseball games. I've even been to a Cincinnati Reds game myself. I think. No, never mind. That was a Bengals game. See, I must be tired. I don't even know what game I've been to. It was in Cincinnati. Well, it was not. I was invited to a Reds game. I didn't end up going. A guy knew a guy who had season tickets, and he doesn't go to half of them. So he said, "Hey, you can use my tickets if you want." But I didn't end up going. I did end up going to the Bengals game because the guy said the same thing about that. I got season Bengal tickets, and he doesn't go. This guy must be rich because he's buying season tickets, and he's a big sports fan too, apparently. But the baseball is back, and they're playing games. No fans, but I seen some of them where they had what looked like cardboard cutouts in the seat. That was funny. That looked weird because not real people, just a prop in the seats. But one thing I did like, and that was the crowd noise. The fake crowd noise that they were playing on the loudspeaker. That I liked because it made the game seem real. Made the game seem exciting. That people were cheering for it, even though they weren't cheering for it. It reminded me of a playoff game because sometimes in these baseball playoff games, you'll see people cheering Woo, yeah, all right. Go team. Um, and in regular season games, sometimes you don't hear nothing, even though there's people there. The stands. You don't see anything. So baseball is back, and they've got a shortened season. They've knocked 100 games off the schedule. They usually play 162 games in the regular season of baseball, and now they're going to play 100. I mean 100. Now they're going to play 60 because of the pandemic. The baseball is going to play 60 games instead of 162. And basketball is back too. The basketball is back. They're getting ready to start. Now, see, in baseball, they hadn't started. Baseball hadn't started at all. So, baseball's starting to play their games. Was the first games of the season that are being played. I seen some Yankees and the Nationals, which would be in the interleague. That's the interleague. They start right off with the interleague play. Yankees and Nationals. But I've seen a few games, and the ones where it was kind of quiet and there was no fans in the stands, that seemed a little eerie and out of place. Then a couple of days, I think of the next day, I watched another 15 or 20 minutes of a game, and they had crowd noise pumped in, and I like that one a lot better. So, but the NBA, I've watched some of their games, and they seem weird too because of the silence. It's eerie to be watching a professional game on TV of baseball, basketball, or football, and it be totally quiet in the arena. In the basketball, you could hear the shoes, sneakers squeaking on the floor. You could hear the players making comments to each other. The referees making calls and blowing the whistle and stuff. So you can hear all this stuff that that I don't want to hear. I don't need to hear the players saying anything to each other. That's not the fascinating thing to me whenever I'm watching a professional basketball game. I'd like to see or like to just watch the game and then hear the crowd reacting to the game. I don't want to see anything else but the game. Some commercials that lets me know that I can get up and go take a leak when the commercials come on. Commercials, and I want to hear sounds of fans and cheering. So it seems weird, but I'll watch it. I'm not going to not watch it because there's no fans. I like the fake crowd sounds that they are pumping in. To me, that's better than the quiet or hearing the players yell at each other or say something dumb or nice block. Good pass, Bubba. There we go. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to hear that. I'd rather hear crowd noises. But maybe it's just me. Maybe other people is like, no, man. I like hearing the players. I don't want to hear them. In other news, which I haven't heard much about actually. We used to hear a lot more about the weather than we are now. It seems like everything is coronavirus, or you go on Facebook and it's just either people posting stuff about wearing masks or people saying dumb shit about wearing masks. To me, it's so weird that people would fight something that's so easy and simple to do and that doesn't hurt anyone. It's just and they complain about the government. It's not the government telling you to wear a mask. It's doctors and scientists who are educated and have a lot of experience with infectious diseases. It's not really the government. I mean, the government isn't even listening to the doctors and scientists anyway. So don't get mad at the government for telling you need to wear a mask, because the president doesn't even like the doctors and scientists saying anything. He doesn't like it because for some reason he feels that it makes him look bad that doctors and scientists are trying to save people's lives and slow the spread of coronavirus. Slow the spread of COVID-19 is some way offensive. But Hawaii had a hurricane today. So that was the weather that I was going to talk about. I don't usually talk about weather at all, but I think it's significant that there was a hurricane that it didn't smack right into Hawaii. From what was reported, they were just saying it went by Hawaii. Very close, though. Like it went right by the islands. This hurricane, and there's a lot of wind and water being thrown up on islands, which I'm pretty sure they don't need it. In Hawaii, they probably feel like we got enough water as it is. We got some beautiful beaches out here, and the last thing in the world we need crashing up on our islands is water. So we'll have to find out the shape that Hawaii is in, but they had a hurricane today, July 26, 2020. It didn't seem like it was that serious, but headline for a hurricane used to be front page news. Not an afterthought after you talk about the coronavirus. Some more. But that's where we are in today's society. Talk about the coronavirus first, in the middle, and last. There is barely entertainment news these days, since there ain't many things being filmed or TV shows that are back in production. I seen that The Bold and the Beautiful, for those of you who like to watch soap operas, Days of Our Lives is going to start filming tomorrow, Monday, they said. So that'll probably take them a week, and they get the new episodes started back up, Days of Our Lives. The Bold and the Beautiful is already filming, and they already have new episodes. So, hey, if you want to see some new stuff on TV, watch The Bold and the Beautiful or Days of Our Lives whenever they come back on. Bold and the Beautiful is already back on. I was wondering, though, if the actors are going to wear masks on these TV shows and talk about, are they going to incorporate the coronavirus at all? Or just not mention it, just be in their fantasy world where they just don't even most of the time they don't